What's going on, guys? Right now we are in Labuan Bajo, Indonesia. The main island here is called Flores, and we are here to explore the Komodo Islands. So we have a boat tour in a few days we're going to be doing, which is 3 days, 2 nights, exploring a few different islands around Komodo National Park. Tomorrow we're going to get up early and do 3 dives in Komodo National Park. And today we just got here on the early 7:10 a.m. flight from Bali, and we're just staying in a hotel. And this is what it looks like in Labuan Bajo. So if you're here for the Komodo Islands, you're probably gonna at least spend 1 day in Labuan Bajo. And it's really pretty chill, not much going on compared to Bali, but yeah, you gotta start your journey here if you want to see the Komodo dragons. So yeah, we'll keep you posted on the rest of our journey. Tomorrow we got diving, like I said, so we're going to see some manta rays, hopefully some sharks and other sea critters. And of course, we're really looking forward to the cruise, which is why we're here, to see those Komodo dragons and, go around Komodo National Park. So stay tuned for the adventure. We went with the diving operator, Neren Diving Komodo. For the 3-dive package, it cost around $200 US. We left around 7 in the morning and got back at 5 p.m. They do both Spanish and English instructions. Si hablas español, te lo recomiendo. Komodo has an absolute insane amount of biodiversity. It might have been the best diving I've ever done in my life, especially in terms of the visibility. You could see really far. However, there are a lot of locations or dive sites with strong currents, so they will take you to the dive locations that best serve your level. Now, this dive site, as you can see, we've been flying in these videos. This is called Manta Point. It's common even for beginners. It's a 2.5 kilometer drift dive, and there's about 17 manta ray cleaning stations. Unfortunately, we didn't see any, but we saw a lot of other great wildlife, like countless turtles, bamboo shark, reef sharks, and all the tropical fish you could imagine. You just have to grab onto a rock and hold on for dear life as the current tries to pull you along. Now, this third and final dive was definitely my favorite, and a lot of the instructors also said it was their favorite. This one is called Tatawa Besar, and it's a shallow drift dive. Our max depth was just 16.5 meters. While the other dive sites were pretty pristine, they did have a lot of dead coral in places, and basically this whole dive site is just like living coral. We saw at least 5 turtles. This is where we saw the bamboo shark, although it swam under a ledge right away, so I couldn't get any footage. But yeah, we were able to stay down there for a whole hour because of the shallow depths, so I really like that aspect too. So yeah, if you guys are thinking of diving in Komodo, I highly recommend Neren Divers. They fed us really well, and the instructors were really professional and great equipment. Okay, cruise time, baby. So we did the 3-day, 2-night tour with Bajo Familia. We paid 515 US for a private room for 2 people. One important thing to know about going to Komodo National Park is that you need to pay an entrance fee for each day you're in the park of 300,000 Indonesian rupee, which is about $20 US. Although they certainly have large party boats with 20 to 30 people, we chose a smaller boat with just about 12 people and 8 staff. So the first day, we basically just sailed deep into Komodo National Park for the first few hours, chilled a lot on the roof, ate lunch, and then we did some snorkeling at 3 different locations. And just like with the diving, this snorkeling was some of the best snorkeling I've ever done in my life, hands down. They gave us the snorkel mask and the flippers, and yeah, we just got to swim with so many turtles. It was so cool. So at one point they dropped us off in a pretty shallow snorkeling area, and we swam a little bit to a small sandbar where we took some cool pictures and just relaxed. Here we also saw some pretty crazy sea critters like this crab, this eel, and this belcher snake, which apparently is the most poisonous sea snake in the world. Now, this evening we had to get to bed early because we had a 4 a.m. wake up call to do the hike up Padar Island, probably the most famous viewpoint in Komodo National Park, the next morning. We hiked up about 30 minutes in the pitch black and waited around an hour, hour and a half for the sunrise. It is an incredible view and you can get some great pictures, but just know there are tons of people. After this, we had a proper breakfast and started sailing over to the pink sand beach. We spent about an hour on the pink sand beach just relaxing, taking pictures. Our tour guide got us all some coconuts. You could buy beer there if you wanted to indulge. And yeah, it was really, really nice. After the pink sand beach is finally the moment we've all been waiting for, going to see the Komodo dragons. Now, we were a little nervous because our guide told us there was only like a 50% chance we would see them. So here we are walking into Komodo Island, and while you can see Komodo dragons on various islands throughout Komodo National Park, they usually show people the Komodo dragons here because of safety. The dragons here are used to people, and the other dragons are more aggressive on the other islands. As you can see, we have these park rangers with us at all times with these sticks that keep the Komodo dragons back if they were to charge. So I guess we got pretty lucky because we saw like 5 Komodo dragons, all conveniently located at the beginning of the park. So we're a little suspicious, but definitely not going to complain. One really crazy thing we learned about the Komodos is that they eat their babies. So the babies actually climb up the trees and live there for a few years until they grow big enough to defend themselves. So I guess watch out for baby Komodos flying out of the trees. So after that, we hiked around the rest of the park for about an hour. We didn't see any more Komodo dragons, but it was worth the hike because the park was pretty beautiful. And besides the Komodo dragons, we saw a bunch of buffalo, deer, and monkeys. After hiking around in the blistering sun all day, we got to cool down with another snorkel. And it was here that something pretty exciting happened. So I was watching Stephanie dive down to make a video of herself snorkeling, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a bamboo shark swimming below her. So I dove down with the camera as fast as I could to capture some footage. Now, it's already been quite a long and incredible day at this point, but our guide had one more thing to show us, which he called the flying foxes. So it's a migration of bats from one island to another, and yeah, it was very, very beautiful. Just thousands of bats flying overhead with the sunset in the background. On the final morning, we got up and went to one more small island where we started the day with this really short, easy hike with some really incredible views. And then spent about an hour snorkeling in the shallows with some baby reef sharks, which were only about a foot long. So yeah, guys, that's it. That was the trip. What do you think? Would you go to Komodo National Park? Is it on your bucket list? It was definitely on my bucket list since I first heard about it 7 years ago during my first trip to Indonesia. And I would definitely say it lived up to all expectations. It was truly incredible. Let me know if you have any more questions about what to expect. One thing to keep in mind is that they do close Komodo National Park for some months during the year, so just look ahead and make sure that the park is open when you're planning to go, if you are planning on going. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and God bless.